Okay, so dear Dharma practitioners, be comfortable yourself and relax your body. Keep your back straight, neck head straight in one line, and your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and bring your attention to this bell sound. And while you're focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing with your thoughts. So do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. So dear Dhamma practitioners, before we start our practice session, as usual, we'll take few minutes to bring some informations regarding this practice because it is very necessary. Once you become very clear with the practice, it helps you to develop a very good foundation just by yourself. That is what you need. So when it comes to this spiritual practice, we have to be very careful because the most of people out of this spiritual practice, they look something what they like. And especially that how I can be like this or like that, how I can get what I want. Through this all the spirituality nowadays, most of the people look at how I can get what I want. That is the purpose. And everywhere people go with that intention. So, but the thing is that what you want came out of your own experience, your past. It came from your mental formations, cankers. And then when you keep looking for that, you're always going to get something related to mental formations. And then there is no end. It always become a journey. That's why the most of the spiritual practice nowadays became kind of like a black magic. There are a lot of places, wherever the spiritual practice happens, And a lot of people think there is some kind of black magic. And most of people who ever follow a spiritual path also get into black magic. Why? Because the people like, if you give something, if you do something, if you tell something to get what they want. But out of meditation, what will happen? You're not going to get anything. You will become a person to release everything. So that's different. So then you have to come to a point to make a decision yourself. Which direction you want to take? Accumulation or the releasing? Because the accumulation always, what I want come out of inner desire, and there is another reason. I want this, I want this, I want this, I want to become like this, I want to become like that. It mostly comes out of the disappointment. Underneath, within our subconscious mind, maybe there is something disturb us. So even just imagine if you develop your spiritual practice based on disappointment, that means your foundation is cracked. It's not as strong. Anytime you can collapse. That's where people get kind of like disappointed sometimes about their spiritual path. It happens to people. Why? Because they came to the path with the hopes, that hopes came out of the disappointment, and then by the time, what will happen when you can't get, when it not happen the way you want, then you give up. But the very nature of the life, in the bottom level, the very nature of the life, it's not going to happen the way you want. That's the very nature. When the day comes for you to accept it and be with it, and then you become a person not to look for anything according to the way you want. That itself make you release from this struggle. Because life is not fair. That's the very nature of this entire universe. This entire universe is not fair. People are not fair. Relationships not fair. And any kind of environment, situation, not fair. Even this nature, not fair. Things can happen right away. Things go up and down. But our hopes, our dreams, it's always clinging to ourselves and projecting towards the future and look for something, look for result the way we want. There are results, but we don't want to accept it. We want the result the way we want. So then you have to remember, out of this practice, you're not going to get anything. You will let go that all the things what you want. And at the same time, there is nothing with the black magic. And another thing, I want to be clear. So when it comes to the Buddha, the very character of the Buddha, and the people talk about the Nibbana, and the people to talk about that all the a spiritual path, high mental powers, that kind of things. But the most important thing with the Buddha, why people respect to the Buddha, not because of the Nibbana. There are some people, but very, very few people. Why people respect to the Buddha? It's not because of the spiritual things. It's nothing to do with the spirituality. It because, this is the reason, remember this. Buddha had a very good relationship with people. And the Buddha treat very well for all the people, all the animals, all the environment. Whoever came to him and maybe blame to him, maybe try to kill him, or maybe try to bring some offering and appreciate him. And he used to treat them in a certain way. That's why the world respects the Buddha, not because of enlightenment. You never saw enlightenment, I never saw enlightenment. We don't know anything about. When we look at the Buddha's character, how Buddha maintained that with the people, when the different situation came, what kind of decisions he took. And even in the temple, monks used to come and complain about other monks and blame about other monks, say bad things about other monks. Even that the Buddha's own attendants sometimes had arguments with the Buddha. But in that each and every moment in the situation, and how Buddha handled that situation. It's nothing to do with the black magic or any kind of high mental powers. It is a very basic way of human behavior. That is where that you have to focus. That is what you have to get into your life in the very first level. And some people used to try to kill the Buddha. And some people came and blamed with the very bad words. And some people told him as a rapist and told the blame to him, and he raped a woman. So many things. And some people used to tell him he's a kind of like a magician, black magic person. Because whoever come to him, then within few minutes, he become a follower of him. And then everybody was shocked how that people become a follower of him like that way. Because he had a very, very compassionate human heart to understand the person. So that is the very first step of enlightenment for ourselves, in this conventional life. So then remember yourself. Don't look for unnatural something. Don't look for black magic inside your head. Don't look for miracles to experience. Be a person yourself in the very first level to understand the environment. Why? Because you are the one who go through all these up and downs. You are in the middle of tornado. Remember that. Then in your life, maybe you went through many hard time, difficult situations, and in the future also, you're going to have many things going to happen to you. So then you need to understand the very nature of life, that one of the very important thing you have to remember, things not going to happen the way we want. So It is not a very negative way of thinking. It is a very positive way of thinking, because when you able to accept that, you're not going to collapse. You're not going to sad, worry when the situations change, because you know the very nature of it. So then why this, again, even though we know that, why these hopes keep coming to us? Why we so bound to hopes? Why we so believing to our own hopes? Why we can't that let go it inside our head? There are reasons for that. That because it's called, there are two dogmatic believings inside us. Dogmatic believing is kind of like a stone pillars. It cannot move. It's very hard to move. It's very strong. So these dogmatic beliefs hold us to this dreaming, this hoping. That is where your future hold. So one is called that tanha. In the Pali word, it called abhinivesa. So tanha abhinivesa and ditti abhinivesa. So the tanha means craving, ditti means view. Those are the two pillars hold us to this dreaming, hoping, projecting, believing, I want this, I can do this. So like that. So what is that tanha abhinivesa? It is the meaning that dogmatic believings by cravings. What? So the craving about what? So when we think about the craving, it comes to our mind, oh, it's the outside world. That is not the craving here. We have so much cravings, desire to hold it to this physical body. This is my hand, this is my leg, and this is my head, this is my shoulder. So like that. This body parts, the physical body. That's the tanha abhinivesa, dogmatic believings by cravings. So the craving means you are deeply hold it to your body, your physical parts. Not for the outside world. Just imagine like this. If you born without hands and all other people also around you, no hands, you will never get a desire to hold something. So you have the desire to hold something, catch something, because you have this hand. It's not because you just have it and you believe this is my hand. That believing take you to get this. So in case, that is something that you go to some place and then maybe something happened, something break down, and then sometimes you want to escape from that. And then mostly what you say, oh, I didn't touch it. So what does that mean? These touchings keep a deeper relationship. It is me. Oh, I didn't touch. See, you go somewhere and maybe there is an accident happen. So somebody come and they need the witness. And then they ask, did you see? No, I didn't see. So that this seeing part, we take it as me. So your eyes, you take it as you. That's why that whatever happening to your eyes, seeing, you take it as you. That is what called tanha, abhinivesa. That is what the craving. Not whatever come to our eyes, that's not like that. But deeply you believing this I is you. So you believe this nose is you. So that's where that I want to smell it. I want to smell it. And you believe this mouth is you. So all the body parts, lung, liver, kidney, these all the body parts, you believe as you. And not only believing, you strongly attach to that. You strongly attach to that. That attachment keep clinging to the outside. You can test it. It's really work. If you think this, even this hand is there, you think this hand is not mine. This all the body is not you. Keep thinking about like that for a few days. What will happen? The desire to touch will disappear. So desire to feel slowly disappear. So like that. But in 24/7, we always in our mind, like a spider web, we clinging to our this head to toes whole body, believing this my body. That is the craving that you have. If you are hungry, eat whatever how much you can, it's okay if you are hungry. But if you believe this belly is you, this stomach is you, that is the so dangerous thing. You will eat from other people also. That is the danger. So then we think, oh, craving, oh, I have the craving to this outside world. No, you have the deeper craving to your own body. That is what takes you forward to think, dream. I want this, I want that. That is where you look for spiritual practice. Why? Because I want to get that. How I can get that? And then you go, if it is a one place and you go, oh, I pray there. Why? Because I want to get that. See how that spiritual practice became your black magic? You are the one who make it. Why do you think there is a special power that out of this worldly nature? Why? Because the worldly nature is things not going to happen the way you want. So then you go, there is a monk, he pray, there is a temple, he pray. When we go there and when we do the puja, oh, there is a place when we go there and pray, I get what I want. Oh, a lot of people going to go there. No one going to come to, this kind of place. This is going to be empty by the time we have to close. Why? Because people go for the whatever the place, whatever they can get. So, but from where it comes? Because they believe what I want come from. Not from the outside. It's come from the deeper, the bond, the craving that you have to your body. And the next one is Ditti Tanha. So the Ditti Tanha means dogmatic view, that the dogmatic believings by view. So what is the view that you have? Then that view is mean the soul or the self. Oh, there is something permanent inside me. This I am. There is something inside me exists and it separates from others. That's why we go, I am different. I am different. I am not like that. That's why we define, we make ourselves kind of like a very special way. I'm not like that. I'm not like this. So who I am? So then that is where we have a mental structure. So one is the craving to the physical body, the physical part, to protect it and keep it and maintain it and believing this is me. Another one is the view that we carry in our ideas, with our thoughts. This is me. Those are the two reasons, two pillars take you to have hopes, believing, or kind of like a dreaming. So that is why it called, it's a kind of like a projecting towards the future. It's a kind of like a dogma. So why it is called dogma? From where the dogma comes? Dogma is this. There is something keep happening and this person believes something else. He can see it and he experience it, or he or she experience it. But still, that person not going to accept it and hold it to whatever in that person's mind. That is where the dogma comes. So then why it is called the dogmatic view, because you craving to your body, you craving to your view, and then you believing, so believing and holding, this is me, this is my body, this is I am, but you don't see what is happening. So day by day, we get old. And sometimes, this body parts get broken. And by the time this everything going to, become kind of like a shapeless. Everything changed, but we don't want to accept it. That's why it's called dogma. Because it's happening to you, but still you don't want to accept it. You believe something else. So then out of that one, we dreaming, projecting, and hold it to our own mind. So the meditation is a method. Give a break to that. Just allow everything to just settle down as it is. In your body, don't claim this is my body. Just let it be there. It doesn't matter if you are or not, because we're not going to take, we didn't bring this. We didn't bring this anything. You came like a, few pounds little baby, look. So if you bought this, then where you should be like that. Lilliput. But look at today, you are. When you don't have any idea how you get this body like this. And even today we are like this. But by the time, in case if you can live like 90 or 100 years, this everything start to shrink and become different. As you know, every 8 to 10 years, this entire body, this all organs become new. So then, but still we believing we kind of like there's somebody like. So when you are able to let everything to settle down itself, in the very first level, you able to be comfortable as who you are. So that itself allow you to accept who you are. Not I want to become So accepting as who you are and I want to become two different things. And the most of people don't like themselves. Most of people hate themselves. Most of people want to change that themselves. But if the thing is, from where that change come, from where that hope come, from the same person. And you are disappointed about you, and with that disappointment, when the hopes come, it's going to become a misery. So then how about what is the right way to look about something? So appreciate and be comfortable yourself and accept as who you are. And that acceptance make you fulfill for the moment. That fulfillment bring the contentment for the moment. On that contentment, you are become more comfortable person to recognize where to take you and how to do it. So that's why don't do anything in your life. It doesn't matter your day-to-day activities. It doesn't matter what. Don't do anything with unhappy mind. Don't do anything with the sadness, worry. Because most of us in deeper, in our heart, we are wounded. We didn't heal it. So with that wounded heart, we try to go this journey. It doesn't work. In the very first level, then we have to let it heal. With the wounded heart, if you make a hope, it's going to bring more and more difficulties. So that's why the meditation is a method yourself to bring the healing to your whole body and allow it to be there as it is. So once it comes to that level, we call it tranquility state. And from that tranquility state, we go to vipassana level. So that vipassana level means in the tranquility state, you get a very clear mental view regarding your primary mental object. And once you have that view, the vipassana means you thoroughly, deeply observe without judging it, without kind of like having a mental argument. You thoroughly, deeply observe, analyze, but you're not going to judge it. So then you will go to the bottom level of this existence, the moment of experience, and recognize there is no good or bad. There is no right or wrong. There is no something called near or far. There is no something called day and night. There is no something called up and down. And once you know that moment itself bring the liberation. Why? Because that moment itself bring the total completion with the clear recognition. That's what you know, that want. So that is where we keep going. So let's get into practice a little bit. And your right palm on your left and neck it straight in one line and be comfortable with your posture. So bring your attention to your body, please, and scan head to toes 3 times yourself and say Swapatveva, or may I be well and happy 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment, with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable. May my breath be more smooth. May no difficulties come to me. May all the success come to me. Also think for a moment. This is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime, and detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalations and exhalations. So in the beginning, deeply and gently breathe out 3 times, please, and find the sensation. And allow your inhalations, exhalations happen itself. And when it happens, just recognize inhalation as inhalations, exhalations as exhalations, through the sensation of it. Do nothing extra. Bring your attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also as far as you can through galaxies, other planets, stars. Reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe. And may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart. Forward, visualize yourself and send it as a light. To your backside. To your left side. And to your right side. Downward. And upward. To all 6 directions at once, like the moon, the sun. Spread the light, spread the energy without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it with the maximum effort to the highest. Wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dhamma and the Sangha. And also by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Also may all your guardian angels and deities will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Ittavata ca ammihi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Imaya dhamma nu dhamma patipattiya buddham pujemi dhammam pujemi sangham pujemi attaya imaya patipattiya jati jara vyadi maranam ha paribunjisami idam me punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Bless you.